Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So I'm just gonna get right into this tutorial. Yes, I have a couple breakouts, please ignore them. And I've already moisturized and primed my face. So since I've already put primer on, I'm just gonna go ahead and conceal these zits that, you know, it's that time of month, girls, you get it. I'm just going to take my Nars Creamy Radiant Creamy Concealer, Creamy Radiant Concealer, whatever it is, and conceal. This one's just a tiny bit darker than my skin tone, but it actually works to help cover up a lot of the redness. And I'm just going to kind of use my finger and blend it out a little bit because I don't want to sheer it out. I just want to tap it and kind of blend it into my skin. And whatever is excess, I just use to kind of conceal some blue dark circles under my eyes. So now I'm going to take the YSL Fusion Ink Foundation and my beauty blender that is damp, and I'm going to put this all over my face. I do have a dupe video for the beauty blender if you don't have one or don't want to spend the money, and I'll link that down below. So now I'm just going to tap and dab this all over my face and down the neck because you don't want to have a mask looking thing. And I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. I love this foundation. I forgot how much I love this foundation until I used it again because I kind of stopped using it because, well, one is a little bit too pale for me, and it still is, but I'll blend that out later with some bronzer. And I just love this foundation. It looks so natural, but it keeps you a little bit like a semi-matte or demi-matte look, and it's got good coverage. I do put 2 layers on of this foundation just so I can get a little extra coverage. Now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Fairer, I think, and I'm going to just kind of further highlight my face. It's really hard because the camera's washing my skin out a little bit, so I look a little bit more pale than I actually am. And this just doesn't, this kind of ends up blending into the skin, but in person I use this to highlight the center of my face and kind of get rid of any excess redness that's peeking through the YSL foundation. And of course continue blending with the beauty blender or beauty sponge, whatever you are using. So of course I need to set my foundation, so I'm using the Benefit's Hello Flawless Powdered Foundation, I believe, and I love this stuff. It makes your skin look so porcelain and it fills in pores like nothing I've ever used before. So I am using a big fluffy brush and I'm dabbing and using a dabbing motion because I don't want to move around the foundation that I just laid down. I just want it to stay put and I want the powder to stay put, so I'm just dabbing. And then I'm going to take this Makeup Forever HD powder in translucent with the beauty blender. I'm just going to put a little in the cap and use it to set my concealer underneath my eyes, and that's what that looks like. And so now I'm going to move on to the eyes, and I'm taking this Makeup Forever palette trio that I picked out the shadows and custom made, and you can just take any light colored or skin colored eyeshadow, and I'm basically just using this to set a base for the rest of my eyeshadows to blend. And then I'm going to go in with this Too Faced bronzer to kind of warm up the crease. I want my eye look to be really warm, kind of smoky look, so I'm just going to use this as kind of like a transition color. For the rest of my eyeshadows, I'm pretty much going to be using the Makeup Forever trio and this palette that I made from Coastal Scents. I'll leave a link down below. These eyeshadows are really pigmented, slightly chalky, but for being like $1 or something like that, they are really good eyeshadows. So I'm just going to be using this bright yellow kind of mustardy looking color, which actually looks so pretty, especially on brown eyes and green eyes. It looks so pretty. So I'm going to be using this and just really blending really well. I want it to kind of fade into nothing, and so I'm going to keep going back and forth between a couple different brushes just so I can add a little bit of color, blend it out, and then build up a little bit more color and blend it out. And you'll see me switching between different brushes pretty much the whole time, just making sure that everything is really well blended. So now with this kind of dark brown brick red kind of color, I'm going to concentrate this in the outer corner and in the crease. So I'm just going to start with a small amount and build up the intensity as I go. I think this is a pretty good technique for any kind of eyeshadow look that you're doing. If you want to intensify it, just start with a really light hand and a little amount and build it and build it and build it. It's so much easier to add color than it is to blend away color. So I, again, am just going back and forth, making sure that this blends out into the mustardy yellow color as best as I can. Then once I have the intensity that I'm looking for, I went into the trio again and got this really metallic-y gold, just so pretty of a bronzy color. And I'm gonna put this with my finger in the middle of my eyes and kind of blend it out towards the outer corner into the reddish color, but I'm gonna leave the inner corner as blank as I can with no eyeshadow. And then I'm just gonna take this brush and sweep off any excess, adding no product, and just kind of blend the gold color into the rest of the eyeshadows, just ever so slightly. I'm barely putting any pressure when I blend. Then I'm going to take this BareMinerals light color, I forget the name, but I'll have it down in the description box, and again on my finger. That's just a nice way to get a lot of pigmentation out of your colors. I'm going to put this on the inner corner and blend it into the bronze color. So it's going to start and look kind of ombre. It's going to start real light and then it's just going to seamlessly blend into the bronze. Now since I've blended so much of the eyeshadows, I'm just going to darken up the outer corner a little bit more, just because I wanted it a little bit darker on the outer corner, just to kind of counteract the brightness on the inner corner. So now I'm just going to take this mascara by Tarte. It's the Light Camera Lashes, which I love, and I'm just going to put one coat of mascara on the top lashes. I am going to do false lashes. You can totally skip this step, but I'm going to use these Ardell demi wispies in 120, and then just do a little dance break while I'm waiting for the lash glue to dry. And I know I kind of cut it out of the scene here, but I do have a video already on how I apply my false lashes, and I'll link that down in the description below. I love these lashes. These are probably my favorite ones. Dance break number 2. Now I'm going to go in and bronze up my skin, and I'm just using that same Too Faced bronzer. I believe it's the Carrie&Big bronzer by Too Faced, and I decided to kind of just do the high points of my faces, like the tops of my cheeks and temples of my forehead, and then a little bit on my nose as well. I wasn't going to do a crazy contour because I wanted the focus to really be on the eyes. Now for blush, I'm using this Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush. I never know how to pronounce the name. I'm not going to try. It was in my last favorites video because I adore this blush. I think it looks good with every makeup look, but I am going to layer another blush on top of this one. But this one is going to act as a really nice, pretty, neutral pink base. that I think really complements the eye look, but I am going to go in with my Milani Luminoso blush, which broke. I'm so sad. I love this blush. I'm going to go and just sweep this right on top. This one has a little bit more peachy look and also a little bit of a glow, which I think complements this look really well too. Then I'm going to use an oldie but a goodie. This is the Nars Highlighter in Albatross. I haven't used this in so long, and I haven't really heard anybody else talking about it because it was hyped up so much, but it's beautiful and very pretty golden sheen. And I'm just doing the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit of my temples, and down the bridge of my nose. So that's that. So now I'm just going to finish the eyes. I'm going to take this red brick color and I'm going to put it on the lower lash line, and I'm going to only bring it halfway in, like bring it only just as far as my pupils go, and that's just going to keep the eyes really wide and open and not kind of close them too much. So I'm just going to also blend it down just a little bit farther than I normally would and make sure it meets up with my top eyeshadow. Then I'm going to take the same brush, I'm not going to wipe it off or anything, and I'm going to go with the bronze color and take it right in the center of the lower lash line, just to kind of get the same effect as on the top lash line. Then I'm going to do my lipstick. This is a Rimmel, oh I forgot what the name of it is, Rimmel lipstick. I will have everything linked below, all the products that I use. And I really like how this looks by itself, but I'm going to go ahead and add this Maybelline Elixir lip gloss on top. It's a little bit darker, which I liked how it looked a little bit better. And that's it. That's the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys like this, and I hope you learned something new, and I hope you also recreate it and try to do this makeup for yourself. I think it's really fun for summer and colorful, and I like it a lot. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. Bye!